black first, black over everything, black through anything, black anywhere, everywhere, anytime, any time of the day. Black, 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 bliggity, black, black, black.
Question for you though, because you said that you're buddies with Cynthia G, right?
Mhm.
So how is it that you black blackety black? Do you agree with her when she says terminate black boys in the womb?
She's talking about terminating Dusties and
How do you
Derelict
know someone's gonna be a
Yeah.
dusty
because their
in
fathers
the
are
womb?
Dusty. Their fathers are Derelict.
B- s- Okay, so
That's her. That's
you
her.
know you agree with her.
Agree with her? No, that's just her talking point. For me, I understand both sides, and I say heal or die. That's pretty much my perspective. If we don't heal, people are gonna die. I don't think the space has created an environment for the dialogue to be healthy. So Cynthia G's talking points are largely shaped around her personal experience and the experience she had on the internet. In the time that I've known her, it's been very bad. Like just the attacks that she got from black men. So the conversation developed. Like when you see the saying eagle, when she calls herself the eagle, that was her spinning the joke where they called her the bald eagle for 2 years straight. You see what I
Yeah.
mean? And she took it to the eagle. When they were talking about abortion, the abortion was the black dude's conversation point. It wasn't her talking point. She took it because these dudes jumped on the panel. It kept saying, we don't want no more babies with y'all. Y'all babies are the issues. Y'all wombs are the issues. So she said, you know what? We closing up shop. So I'm sitting there just listening to like, look, if y'all continue this conversation in this direction, it's only going to go that route. So for me, I don't even choose to handle the conversation that way. That's why I made a suggestion to my brothers. And if the sisters want a suggestion, I'll gladly give a suggestion. But I don't just openly give suggestions to females like that. But to my brothers, I tell them like, look, we need to do more to create an environment and a safe space for the people in our community, our women and our children.
Well, quick question before you go. Since you are friends with her and you on her platform, instead of her saying terminate black babies, why not just say marry before you carry, which we do over here?
That's your choice. I find that what YouTube exposed me to is a very strong sense of narcissism. It's like subliminal micro narcissism where we want other people to say what we want them to say. And it's like, I think your platform is really dope and you're going to get bigger and you just say your piece. She
Mm-hmm.
says her piece, everybody says their piece. And then as we get to ignore people and just focus on what we have to say, people, the audience will I think will get healthier. Like what you're doing right now is really dope. And they need to see other people, have a space where they can be in themselves and they're securing themselves
Mm-hmm.
and create a talking point for it. Because I do heal or die. And they be chewing me up. They be like, yo, Q, you let the dudes come up there and talk. You let the women come in. I'm like, look, bro, I'm just trying to let people have dialogue, but y'all not gonna come up here and talk crazy. You see what I mean? Like at the end of the day, I'm not to say I'm not a misogynist, but I understand my male tendency. So I can cut off the conversation from women in my head and direct it straight to men. Like, look, we need to do better. We need to do more. I don't hang around females. I be around men all the time. So I know how to deal with men. Like at the end of the day, we need to get our shit together. I'm not blaming the white man. I'm not blaming nobody but us for our shit.
Good.
We need to figure this shit out and get our shit up. Straight like that.
All right. All right. Thank you, Q. I appreciate you. Hopefully
Appreciate
we'll
you,
talk
sis.
again.
Black power.
Black power.
I
Catherine,
don't
what you
know.
got for me?
I don't know.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me up here. It was a very constructive conversation. I was,
Awesome.
yeah, blown away by you, conservative Black woman, like most of us. But I appreciate that, you were always honest. And for the most part, I think you were respectful in the way you approach everyone. So I appreciate that. Although I don't agree with, I will say maybe 80% of your views.
Wow, that's a
I
lot.
respect them. Yeah, but I respect them,
Okay.
and I believe something that we should cultivate as well is the ability to respect different point of views. Like
Okay.
I don't need you to think exactly like me to be able to have a conversation with you. But yeah, I don't agree with most of the things that you said because I'm very for, as I said at the beginning, for the Black family and Black love and and Black men. So yeah, definitely I don't agree, but I respect your point of view. I respect everyone's point of view. I think that it's important for these conversations to happen, to have these spaces where we can actually have constructive talk, and not only listen, maybe like go to just one space where they're going to be focusing on bashing Black women, or the other space where they're bashing Black men, but actually be able to just have the conversation and be held accountable. That's another thing. When they're telling us things that we know we need to change, I don't think we should see it as bashing. But we should all be held accountable, because I think our race as a whole needs to work on improving, right? Both men and women. And because the children are looking up to us. So that's what I believe. And I'm happy to be a part of this discussion tonight. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Catherine. I appreciate you.
You're welcome. Bye.
Derek, what you got for me? Wasn't ready for this one, were you, Derek?
It's a lot.
Sorry.
But I just feel like at the end of the day, a community is as strong as its people. And again, I'm very serious, and I know a lot of stuff happened tonight, but the whole point, or the edutainment, we wanted to entertain, educate, but I'm all about, the silliness and having a dialogue. I get it, but it's like at the end of the day, ain't nobody looking after us but us. And that's what I'm about. I'm not about trying to separate from you or you separating from me. This is the only way how a nation is going to continue. This is the only way that things are going to get done and productive, is us talking and hearing one another and working on it. Because you should be able to critique me just like I should be able to critique you. That doesn't mean because you critique me, I'll leave the community, or vice versa. That's not what it's about. It's about us critiquing each other so we can be better and have a better outcome. Plain and simple, and like I said, again, this has only been recently where men have been kind of speaking out. And then all of it, and a lot of it has just been critiques on, hey, this is not acceptable behavior. You need to do better, and telling women that. And the response and the pushback has been negative. But at the end of the day, that's all it is. And we owe it to each other to do that, to keep each other in check. Because like I said, at the end of the day, when things go awry, and we see that they have, you know what I'm saying? I need you in my corner. Just like, you need me in your, that's what it's about. People are going to unify who look like each other at the end of the day. So divesting or going abroad or people can do whatever they want to do. But, the initial point and question on the topic, don't just do it because you assume it's better because it's something else. These behaviors can be found in anybody. This woman is not better than you because she's white or whatever the case may be. She has some attributes that are positive, that are better, and like I said, that's where the problem kind of with the fresh and fit situation. The fact that you say the tension with Black men and Black women, what if it was a woman like you that made fresh and fit be the way they are?
It wasn't though.
No,
that's the thing. It wasn't a woman like me to make them like they are. They're just like that.
Listen. I'm just using that as an example. Whatever that interaction is that happened to make them be like that, we can control the narrative of who we are and what we do, how we interact with other people. So obviously they had some type of negative experience with a Black woman or a Black person, which is sad because they're Black. So when I hear Black people saying this about other Black people, it's more, it's I don't want to say crazy, but it's more like it's harder to swallow because I expect that from an outsider, somebody that doesn't look like me or you. Because at the end of the day, I always talk about nobody should get each other more than us. Because we come from a lot of time, not everybody, but I'm saying the experience a lot of times in this country as a person of color is usually the same. We try to jump the same hurdles, the same obstacles. So that's something I feel like you should and would understand. So when you say stuff like the tension and stuff, this is the type of talking points they can use. So black women she didn't speak to me or didn't smile to me or didn't, whatever it could be to set a person off. But again, it just you just
After
have
this,
to,
yeah, go ahead.
you just have to come and be in good faith that this person, and again, everybody's not your friend. All skin folk ain't kin folk. I get it. But again, I'm not just initially, hey, conservative black woman has bad intentions for me. Courtney Michelle has bad intentions for me. When I don't know you from a can of paint. You get to know the person, you assess, you go from there. You don't just generalize, hey, most black women are ratchet or loud, or it's like that. That's like, come on. Anytime you start talking in absolutes is when danger, where you get is problematic. You can't do that because you don't know everybody. So
can you answer this, Derek? 3 adjectives for black women that you would give.
3 adjectives for black women.
Mm-hmm.
I think beautiful. I think strong. And I think it's not really an adjective, but I want to say mean, but it's like a mirror. I don't know if that's an adjective, or I guess I could say relatable.
Relatable.
Mm-hmm. And I said this before, Courtney, you guys are home. So that's what it's supposed to be. So, but you got to start.
You don't think that black men just settle for black women?
You gonna get you chill out up there, okay? I'm gonna let you have your moment, okay?
Okay.
All right. Go ahead, Derek. Whatever else you got to say.
Mm-hmm. No, I was just saying, like, this is the first contact. I mean, we're around each other before you go. Like I said, going out abroad, I was in the military. I got to experience some different things. But again, when I come back home, it's familiar, and I've been with, and I'm not shamed away from. I've been with different types of women, but at the end of the day, a woman's a woman. They all have the attributes. It doesn't make a woman better than you because she's Asian or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
There's cultural differences. But at the end of the day, the same basic needs, just like with anybody. So it doesn't, but them saying that comment and stuff like that is like, but yeah, again, thanks for having me up. This was definitely a lot tonight.
Yes, it was.
I feel like we had a bunch of bad kids over at the house. And we got to clean up now.
It's cleanup time.
And they spilled stuff all over, red juice all over the floor and everything. But
they put it on the carpet, but guess what? Okay, I got some stain remover, and we're gonna clean it up. It is gonna be like new once we get done with it. Okay.
Yeah, well, I'll see you next week. But again, real quick, at the end of the day, we gotta be about talking to each other and solutions. Just initially, because that's what everybody else does. They don't give us the benefit of the doubt. Once we start doing that with each other, that's dangerous.
I agree. All right, thank you, Derek.
All right, y'all have a good night.
You too.
See you next time.
Omo, Wale.
What up, Court? I've been pocket watching all night.
Have you?
Let me hold $5. So this was your first stream of the new year, right?
This was my stream of the first year. Yeah, it is. What a stream.
As always, sis, I just want to start by just telling you how proud I am of you and the work that you are doing. You truly are blossoming as a content creator. You damn near hit 500 tonight in the live. So for this to be your first stream of the year, I think 2022 is going to be a great content year for you. So I appreciate that. I want to give a major shout out to your mod, RM. You have to have one of the best mods on YouTube. I mean, she was on it. She was thanking everybody for their
look at her
contribution. She was dropping all the links. So you literally have one of the best mods on YouTube. So you need to pay her.
Yes, I
because
do.
she is amazing. But
Yeah.
you know,
RM,
and
hit my. Oh, I mean, tell RM hit my DM.
yeah,
If you hear
definitely
me,
hit her DM. Hit
please.
my DM too, RM.
Yeah, hit
I
my
can use
DM, RM.
I can use a mod like you because you are amazing, like, truly, truly. But no, in closing, Court, I think that this was an amazing show. I think that we just all have to keep in mind that the objective in war is always to injure the other side, right? So people who consider themselves locked in a gender war, if you are a man or if you are a woman, the objective is always to hurt or injure the other side. So a lot of the stuff that is put out in the discussion, you know, it's like lobbing a grenade into the middle of a room. You know, it's to cause destruction. It's to cause pain. So there's so much that we just have to take with a grain of salt. Now, unfortunately, I don't necessarily, you know, believe that many of the people who engage in these gender wars can be saved, depending on how far you've gone. You know, so for me, the best treatment for cancer in the body is always to cut it out, so that it doesn't spread. But I definitely appreciate you continuing to use your platform as a neutralizing space where all sides of the conversation can be heard. But to the listening audience, I just want you all to just keep in mind that people who are engaged in a war, and I think that you can see the people who come on the platform who are clearly engaged in the gender war, right? If someone says that they are black male first, or if someone says that they are black woman first, and that means that they are not black people first, right? So if you are gender banging, the objective is always to hurt the other side. So anything that they put forth, I don't care if it's a stat, I don't even care if they're using their own personal experience. That is ammunition that they use in this particular war. So I just ask all of us that we keep that in mind. But those of us who are serious about healing the divide, I would encourage you all to continue to come back to platforms like Courtney's, where healing discussions can be had. So with
Like
that being
yours,
said,
Wale, like yours.
well, you know, definitely follow my platform. I try
Yeah,
to do a
definitely
little bit of
follow
healing.
yours.
You know,
You know,
I
it's
do, I do, I,
it's
I
always
do a
you.
little bit of, I do a little bit of niggatry as
You be
well. But I
speaking
mean,
some knowledge over there.
I mean, sometimes I'm petty. See, I got a toilet flush sound on my soundboard, so when the divestors show up, I kind of like flush them down the toilet. But you nicer than I am. You understand what I'm saying? But to conservative
Okay.
black women,
Okay.
whatever it is that you have been through, in all sincerity, and this new year, I wish you well. I wish you
Okay.
happiness. I wish you health. You know, and all the good things that people who care for one another wish for one another. So with that being said, I'm
I
going
wish that for
to
you
tap out.
too.
I appreciate that. All right. I enjoyed being on the platform, Court, and I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.
All right. Peace.
He said a toilet flush. Oh gosh.
Okay, last but not least, and I put you last for a reason.
Why?
Um,
Okay.
I think that your perspective is interesting to say the least. I think that we don't hear it over here in our platforms on them. We have to seek it.
Oh wow. Okay.
But no one ever comes over here and able to say what they have to say as far as what you say, and able to take the criticism and the people saying this, and you.
Oh
So
yeah,
nonetheless,
I'm
you know,
open.
I appreciate you coming up.
Okay.
Again, I don't agree with you.
Okay. Not anything?
Well, I do believe we need
Well,
to
I
be fair.
won't. Okay.
So I agree
Be
with you.
feminine, right? Okay.
That's about it. But
Okay.
I appreciate you coming up, and yeah, I gave you my email.
Yes. Yes.
Lord, I don't know if that was
I'm just pro Black woman, and it feels so good. I just wish all of you had this good feeling that I have. It's a feeling of liberation. It really is. Because I used to be a hotep. I used to believe the Black man was God and the Black woman was God and all that. I was raised by an Afrocentric mom. So I'm a little different. I know that because I am totally divested. I don't deal with Black men at all. But it's just weird how the transformation started. But it's just like I said, all the content curators, they don't help stop it. So actually they help accelerate it. And it really like I said, it's making the movement grow because it's toxic. The manosphere is. You might not think so, but there's just so much that was said and so much that can't be unsaid and unheard. And I just think that that's why the solution came up with Cynthia G. And
Yeah.
I don't disagree with her. So.
And you have every right. Like Fresh and Fit has every right to their preference, and you as well too.
Right. And they represent a lot of Black men. That's the thing. They represent a lot of the way Black men think in general. So I'm just tired of it. And I think a lot of Black women are just getting tired of it, you know. And that's why, like I said, they're moving to other options.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, all right. Well, I appreciate you, and thank you again for joining me.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I will tune in more because I really didn't know what your channel was about. I heard you guys talking about Fresh and Fit and preference and all that. And so I was like, let me tell them what's on my mind. Because, yeah, I was watching. So I was like, let me just click on that link.
Yeah. And let me, while you're up here, let me do this because I see that. Yeah, I'm going to do stuff. I'm going to go ahead and unsubscribe. Please do. Please unsubscribe now. I'll super chat you if you have a platform, and thank you for unsubscribing, because what we're not going to do is tell me how to run my shit. I want other people's perspectives because it's important. And if you don't want to hear somebody else that's different than you, then unsubscribe. You can't heal. You can't get better as a community, but then want to shun your community out. Black conservative.
You got to talk.
Wow.
Because I know that I'm
still a Black woman.
But there's other Black women that are willing to
listen. Look. You can't fix the community by shunning your community. So unsubscribe you to the hell. Anyways, thank you, conservative. I appreciate
Thank you. I really appreciate it. I will email you. Okay. Thank you.
I'm gonna pray on that. All right.
All right.
Bye. Woo. Okay. Again, I promise you, I say this every single show. It's just something turns into something. I knew what Fresh and Fit had to say needed to be spoken about, and it wasn't the whole they kicked out Asian doll. They kick out everybody. But it's what came out of that, what we heard them say, the disdain that they have for Black women. It's real. There's people like that. And obviously, y'all saw some Black women that are little female freshes and fit walking around. Regardless if you believe what they say, they have every single right to say it. And I have every single right to hear them and debate them, or let everybody else say what they have to say about them. But I don't think they should be silenced. And I'm grateful that they're actually saying it out loud, so I don't have to look and they think a way about me, and they actually don't. So for everyone that came up tonight, I want to thank you so much. You've had a lot to say. I've got a headache, but I appreciate it. And this is just one of many conversations that need to be had. And again, TJ Randall has said this on her platform, and I'll